Hello, YouTubers. Short talk at Bear Trap Ranch with an old guy. I'm inside what's called Wrangler's Lodge, and this is the building that myself and, of course, a bunch of other people built years and years ago in the early 80s. This stinker is, this is some of my friends here. This stinker is seriously a lot of manual labor. If you'll take a look at these joints, you cannot slip a piece of paper between these things. And the guy that came up with the showed us what to do. I mean, he didn't invent this, but this is called scribe to fit, and the idea is to match the arc exactly. You can see this is a little boo-boo right there, and this thing was just a ton of logs downstairs. Up the way. They had it shipped about a quarter mile away. And just want to give you a little view up here. I think we're about 9,200 feet, 9,500. The camp extends down that way a little ways. You can see there's a couple of people here. They do have full-time staff people here. And at the time, this was an InterVarsity camp. I don't believe InterVarsity owns it anymore. It's a separate group, but they still run it in the same way. This project here, and I'm going to try to film it from down below a little bit too. These dormers and stuff, you see the way these corners make up, it's almost impossible to grasp unless you pulled one apart to examine what you're doing there. But this is Mark Olson all over the place right here. Look at these corners. The guy is a fanatic for detail, and he does really good work. And now he's getting up there too. He came up for the weekend too. I'm so glad to see him. And I think I'm probably the only smoker here. Now, there's a little damage here, you see. He came up, he's going to do some work. There's issues on the porch or whatever it is right below us. There's a married couple there that I've known for years. And so he was going to do some porch work out here, but this log work stuff is just pretty amazing. That's a 12-12 pitch on there at least. And I don't know how many tons in terms of how massive this thing must be in terms of freight that's bearing on the footings. But they did a heck of a job. Now, by the time I left, none of this was done. All we were doing was laying these log rounds. And we were about that high right there. So they took it up at least another 4 to 5 rounds higher than I ever saw when I was here. I was only here for months back, I believe it was in 83. And I just love it up here. There's a nice little running stream. Maybe you can hear that if someone would shut up. Maybe hear that stream. And I'll just give you a quick tour through here. And I guess that's the access into the crawl space. I guess overhead there's mechanical stuff up there like duct work and stuff. So they've divided it up into these rooms. It's kind of like a small, not really a hotel, but each room, you can think of students coming in here. So there's a bathroom for this floor. There's mechanical. A lot of bunk beds up here. And I'm sleeping in a bunk bed down below. Slept like a rock last night. And we've got ladies coming up. They flew into Denver this morning, and they'll be up in a little while. I wanted to show you there's a couple of ways out of this stinker. But the style on the construction is clearly designed with snow load in mind. This place gets a slug of snow. We're about 12 or 15 miles, I think, from Pikes Peak. And, of course, Pikes is quite a bit higher. But this is sure nice in here. I got up this morning and I, on purpose, got out to see if I could hear even a single bird, you know. And I didn't. I didn't hear a single animal. And that's the dining area when they have campers. For our purposes this weekend, there will be no dining area over there or a kitchen staff. The ladies and some of the other people here, we're just preparing stuff. We just did a grocery run down to town. It's about a 25 or 30-minute trip one way because the dirt road is just, it's not treacherous, but it's just real bumpy. And this is the sign they have posted. I wanted to get away from the building a little bit. That Scribe to Fit is a different style of construction. And I'll show you the old style. You probably already know it. Called chink style, C-H-I-N-K. And in chink style, all you do is lay the rounds down. As an example, that is chink, because you see the heavy bands of grout or whatever that is, and I'm going to get you a close-up on this one because it's such a nice, smooth job. I was investigating this one the other day just to see what the workmanship looked like. And when you take a look at this, that is an excellent surface. That's weatherproof. This, on the other hand, is an entirely different method of construction, and it's way more labor intensive in terms of time, but it sure came out nice. There's power up here and phone, and they even set me up on, I guess it's off a satellite. Maybe Musk got involved, I don't know. But a little stream here runs through it. I still don't know if this stream even has a name. If we were in New Mexico, that would be called a river, trust me. There's one I saw up near Cloudcroft a couple of years ago that's actually about that size. It's called Rio Penasco. And you can see there's cabins, outlying cabins here. So they can, if they get a whole slug of students in here at a given time, this place could have probably 120 guests at any given time without getting just completely crazy. And when we were out here working years ago, I used to work in this building, sometimes in the kitchen, because they had so many people to feed, they needed extra hands, and I had a little bit of restaurant experience. And I was going to walk in there and see if we can even get in. I don't know. I haven't been in that chow hall in decades. Really, why would I be in there? This is new here. I don't know what these poles are for here. Maybe you could have a little meeting, or maybe start a campfire. I don't know. I don't know if they even do fires up here. Probably not a wise idea. If this fuel load ever goes, it's going to be devastating. I hope there's no fires here. But this is another building. This is much older. And I'm just going to see if the door is open. Cookhouse, quiet hours. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is the dining area. And in fact, there's people back here. Yeah, and take a look, see overhead. Wood, and a little bit of wood thrown in. In fact, these chairs, we assembled those in the early 80s. They came in boxes. And hi, good morning.
Hi.
I'm just doing a little walkthrough YouTube video. I worked in this kitchen over 40 years ago. I wondered if I could just do a little walkthrough.
Of course. Go right ahead.
I used to have this crazy paper hat, you know, they make you wear like at McDonald's. And I wrote on mine, it said, "This space for rent." You want to be on a video? You'd be famous here. Yeah. Ronald Reagan was in office.
Oh,
like 1983, yeah.
wow.
Yeah, there was a guy named Alan, and I think him and his wife were coming. He was kind of the kitchen dude, you know. And I remember we were cooking something here. I don't recall what it was, but I think he made some really good cinnamon rolls and pancakes and stuff. And he was saying, "Well, did you put in all the ingredients?" I took out his recipe. I said, "You mean all this junk?" And he was offended that I said it was junk. I said, "Look, it's stuff with the things, you know." But he said, we're cooking food, not garbage. And so I said, okay, we're cooling around this guy. But this is like old time. I remember these. Do you guys still set mouse traps back here?
Yeah.
There they go. Yeah, there's these little field mice coming in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and tell me your name.
Morgan.
Morgan, nice to meet you. Mike.
Nice to meet you.
Are you like full-time on staff?
I'm an intern, is what I'm called, but I'm full-time.
Are you guys, this has nothing to do with InterVarsity anymore.
I don't believe so, no.
So who are you guys with?
We're with,
it'd make you famous, there you go.
I can't remember. Oh, wow.
But do you work for like a ministry or something? I'm just curious. Who pays your bill? Who pays your paycheck? The camp?
Well, I know the same folks that own Bear Trap own iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio,
I'm
okay.
I'm not sure if it has a name, or if I'm
Okay.
just forgetting it, I'm sorry.
Investment group, yeah. Yeah, I remember this dishwasher back here. They put a booster on it. That thing would crank out so much heat. You know, when you were cycling rack after rack, this whole room would be full of fog and stuff. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Be in here sweating bullets, trying to. Those sinks would be absolutely crammed with stuff, and you couldn't move them fast enough. We'd have 4 or 5 people back here just trying to do dishes
Oh, my
because you know you
goodness.
got 120 campers out here and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Man.
now we have a fan that sucks all the steam up.
that's great. How long have you worked here?
Since May 15th, I think. 15th or 17th.
Well, I hope you formed some real good memories. I was telling
Oh, I have.
some of the folks here that I'm coming up to visit, I haven't seen these faces in over 40 years. But it's weird. I recognize them almost immediately. It's like, and so it was a real good time of bonding and stuff. And you meet great people up here. You really do.
Absolutely.
That's kind of like the worst part of any job you ever had. It was the other people. What's the other best part? The other people.
That is true.
We'll see you. Well, nice visiting with you.
Thank you.
So this is a little lounge thingy. Oh, they got a pool table. I guess they're moving up in the world. And we used to sit here and start fires in the winter. Of course, irritate the boss. Sending up all kinds of sparks and junk into the overhead. You're going to start the place on fire. Now, this is news to me. I do not recall this little coffee kiosk / operation. I guess they're selling stuff there. So anyhow, if you ever make it up to Bear Trap Ranch, first you got to get to the springs. But that old stage road is, it's not a bad road, but if it snowed up here, you might want to chain up because a lot of incline involved. And I'm just going to spend the morning visiting with friends. I just wanted to give any viewers, any who happen to be curious, what Bear Trap looks like. We're down in a little valley here, and so the sun sets early and sun rises late because you've got all that angle of inclination there to make the difference before the sun even shows. And I just love being up here. It's just real relaxing. Hope you guys find a good place to spend time with loved ones today and think about the contributions you can make to other people's lives. How about that? So anyhow, I'm going to be up here a couple of days. I'm going to bug out on Sunday morning, turn that into a cannonball trip all the way back to Cruces, but it's really only a 10-hour drive. It was so nuts the other day. I woke up at 4:30 on Wednesday morning, 4:40, something like that. The next time I went to sleep was last night about 10:30. And the weird thing is I didn't even feel that sleepy. I didn't feel like whacked in the head or anything, but I knew I was beginning to say things that didn't really make sense, even to me. That's getting sketchy. So I'm glad I got a good night's rest. And I hope you guys find some place near running water where it makes that little bubbling sound. Find some place near running water, green trees, and moving air. I think you'll enjoy yourself. Have a good day.